What's good, everybody? This is Boring Crypto here with another crypto analysis. Today we're going to be going over BTT. First things first, let's start on the monthly and let's mark out those zones, those supply and demand zones that we all love so much. I'll go ahead and start at the bottom and work my way up. So I like to make it a line chart, and I'm just going to plot anywhere there's a pivot in price. I'm not going to put them here. These are just in between. We're just going to go the really big areas where we see big pivots in prices. That's what we're going to do. And let's go ahead and work our way up. So I'm going to say here and here. And finally, the top that we had in April before the crash of the summer. And let's go ahead and put the candles back on so we can see things a little better. So next, let's move into the weekly chart and let's get some more specific zones. So I like to use the rectangle tool and just mark out certain areas, basically just the wicks of certain candles, and they can overlap. They can, like I said in previous videos, they are subjective. So I feel like from the bottom of these two candles, from here where this red line is, which is a monthly support, this is a great area to kind of look at. You can even move it up to match with this wick, because that happens a lot where price will come down to a zone and fly up, and then it goes back to another zone and comes down. That's how the markets move with supply and demand. And because this wick goes a little further down, we'll just put it right there. And up here, we're just going to do the zone like this. I'm not going to drag the rectangle all the way up to the top of this zone just because it doesn't make much sense to me. Like I said, subjective, they don't have to be perfect. Now, we get a better idea, a more complete picture of where price could go. And finally, I will take the Fibonacci tool, put it from the swing high to the latest swing low, and I'll try and make it as accurate as possible for you guys. So we'll go 0.00179, and on the higher end of BTT, we will go, let's try and be accurate, about one and a third of a cent, which sounds super weird, but that's okay. Like other cryptos that we've been looking at and talking about on my channel, from ICP to XRP to Bitcoin, well, not so much Bitcoin since it really leads the market, BTT looks just like ICP, and that is where we're just consolidating between a zone right now, right? We're just consolidating, and we're looking for a breakout. And like many of the other cryptos I predict, I do believe you will see, beginning Monday, November 1st, you will see coins begin to appreciate a lot more. And I'm talking like higher cap cryptos, like in the top 10, top 20, top 50. If you've been holding BTT or ICP, XRP, VeChain, XLM, any like of those more mainstream coins that we hear about, you know, it's probably been very upsetting to see something like Shiba just pop off. And if you like Shiba, that's great, and I hope you guys made money off Shiba. Personally, I don't know how much higher it could go. It's dropped a lot today, and I hope that if you guys did buy it, you got out and you're good to go. You made your profits, and you're hoping to make more money in this market by funneling them into other projects that haven't appreciated as much, such as BTT. Moving forward, BTT, we got our zones marked out, and beginning November 1st, up until then, we might consolidate a little bit more. And then November 1st, we break out and we start, you know, breaking some of these resistances. And, you know, there's going to be pullbacks, but I believe anything under 0.003, currently it's a good buy. If you're going leverage coins, whatever, definitely be careful. But try to get under this little support area at 0.003. Beautiful entry you could get, I bet, before continuation. You know, you might have a second chance. It might go back down there again. Who knows? Worst case scenario, it goes back down here to 0.0029. And from a percentage standpoint, it's really, from where we are currently, it's kind of big. It's 17%. That's a lot. You know, if you're going to go buy a leverage coin, it's not so bad because you could just hold the coin, right? But if it's futures on BitTrue or something like that, you know, you could get liquidated really easily. So you could get liquidated really easily anything above like 5 times leverage. So if you're going to do leverage and you're going to buy it now, definitely only do like 2 or 3 and you should be just fine. There might be some drawdown if you're not getting a perfect entry under 0.003, but you'll be okay. I doubt you'll see it break below there unless some catastrophic thing happens where we wick down to these other zones. I feel safe for most cryptos that are at support right now. I don't think they're gonna see much more drawback. I think it's safe. It's possible we go to 0.29, but this is a great buy, and that's because of where it's currently at. You know, BTT went from essentially nothing to 1 cent rather quickly. I mean, from February to April, it happened so quick. So you can imagine that coming up November, December, those 2 months are going to be huge for BTT. And my prediction would be, you know, consolidate heading into November. We break out, and then in the middle of November, you retest one of these areas. You retest, you break out, retest, or you break out and you don't really retest much, like we saw with Shiba Inu. It didn't really go back down. It didn't really have many drawbacks. We can go ahead and take a look at that if you would like. So, you know, you're looking at SHIB, and there's really not many points. There's not too many pullbacks, and even those pullbacks are kind of small. Like, you would, when you're buying these after breakouts, you're like, oh, I want to buy a pullback. And, you know, most people, most regular retail traders like you and me would probably, you know, if we had a range here, you know, we would say, hey, we're going to break out and we're going to retest. You wait for the retest. Well, October 4th, when it broke out, I feel like you would want to get a retest somewhere. But the retest here was just a perfect wick retest. And that wick goes all the way back to May. So it does retest, you know, it's a perfect retest of this wick. So that's what makes it kind of hard. Obviously, you can set buy orders, you can look at them, and I'll give you my prediction for BTT, but I just want to let you guys know that once they do break out, you're not going to go back to this, like, real range. It looks like, you know, it could just go to a wick or something, and your ideal entry is down here, or it's not really here, because if you buy here, it could go back down and then go up, or it might just keep going down. So we're going to go back to BTT, and I'll show you. I just had to use SHIB as an example to show you what I mean, where when these things break out, especially in crypto, you don't necessarily get a chance to get a better entry. Like, if I was watching SHIB and I wanted to buy SHIB, I went to bed, and I woke up and it's all the way up here. I can't buy this. I can't buy it up here. I can't buy it here. I can't buy it here. I need that retest to make me feel comfortable knowing, hey, it's a big breakout. Let's come back down, retest, make this previous resistance support, and then we'll continue. But as you can see, it just said screw that, and just it flew. And yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, quick 15x on that, even more if I know it was lower than that at some point. But anyways, let's go back to BTT, just using SHIB as an example. So let's say BTT breaks out, okay, and it breaks out and you want to buy it. You're gonna need to wait for it to probably come back down and touch around 0.005, and it could go really high, and it's going to happen fast. Wicks down here and then flies up just like SHIB did. I imagine a lot of these coins will do something like that. It's going to be very quick, and they're going to be rotating through these coins. You know, the whales, the bots, the people with the money, they're going to be rotating through these things. You know, it's best to just buy what's low now, try not to look at other projects too much, and hold the one you have, because it's going to get its chance, it's going to get its turn, and that's just how it'll be. So if you're not buying BTT down here, if you can't get it down here at 0.0027, anything under 0.003, when it decides to break out, try to buy it here at 0.005, or even, yeah, 0.005. I mean, that should be a great wick entry. I can't imagine it breaking out and not briefly touching the 0.0005, maybe even add 0.0051 in case your order doesn't get filled, and then continue up. And I do believe you will see it go to a cent. That's a given. I do believe it'll reach its all-time high again. And then moving on, we'll say the 1.618 would probably be the next good bet. at around 2 cents. So currently, let's say you bought it where we are right now at 0.0035. If you bought it right now, almost 5 times your money. Or let's just say it goes just to where it was at its all-time high at about a cent. You get almost 3 times your money. If it goes up to the 1.618, you get about almost a 5x. And if things get ridiculous, how they do in crypto, we can go to the 4.272 fib, and that would be around 13x on your money. Now, that is a good selling point. You might, depending on the time frame, let's say it's the middle of December, you might not want to sell quite yet. You might want to hold a little longer, see what happens, because in January, I do believe is where most things will top out. Obviously, certain projects will go earlier than others, but I think for the most part, these cryptos will remain influenced by Bitcoin. That's just how things will have been for the majority of coins. Obviously, like something like Solana, and I believe Cardano at one point, they said screw Bitcoin and they just did their own thing. Luna, other coins like that I don't really pay too much attention to, unfortunately, because I probably would have made a lot of money. But in my previous videos, I've said I want to be out of crypto by January 1st, very early January, maybe even late December. So let's say BTT hits this 4.272 in November. I would feel more comfortable taking some profit before it continues. And at that point, it's like, well, where does it go? Well, the only thing we can really look at is from where it started in 2019 and go to the swing low. And then we can just go ahead and take these Fibonacci's and just go ahead and move it up. And let's see where it, got stopped. So we'll put the 7.618. And that's not perfect, but it's close enough. So let's go ahead and copy this fib. And let's go ahead and take it from the swing low. We'll go swing high, swing low. And a more definitive top that I can give you if BTT gets crazy, 9 cents. And to be honest, I don't think that's too ridiculous. And if it was to go beyond that 4.72 around, the 5 cent area, you would end up being able to get up to 9 cents. That's nothing crazy. Dogecoin already did that this year. There's no reason why BTT wouldn't do that, in my opinion. Dogecoin did that, and then I sold mine at 9 cents because I said, that's crazy. I had buddies who held it until 70 cents and still didn't sell it because they thought it'd keep going up. It just didn't make sense to me. So the summary is, buy BTT right now. Anything under 0.004, if you can get in at 0.003 or even 0.002, you'll be in much better shape. It's not the end of the world if you don't. And we're just going to see consolidation until November. Head up, chop around a bit, whatever. Hit the all-time high, chop a bit. This area at 1 cent should be a given because most projects end up going back to their all-time high. We've seen a lot of them do it. And as Bitcoin and other coin profits, like I bet there was a lot of Shiba profits, are going to funnel into other coins. We can say, hey, the 1.618 is a safe bet around 2 cents. And we'll go ahead and put the predictions back up there, or the percentages. That's 5x. That seems a little low for crypto. And then if we continue, we're going to go up and we're going to say the 4.272 at 5 cents. And if we get, if we get really lucky, and history repeats itself like it has in the past, 9 cents, absolute max. I would sell BTT at 9 cents. I don't think it would go any higher than that. The chances of it going that high are unlikely anyway. But if it was to go that high, you would get around 24 times your current investment. So keep that in mind. Make sure you got your cryptos in line in November because things are going to get unbelievable for the rest of the year. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what other crypto projects you guys would like to see me do analysis on. I know it's very basic. I just show you guys how to plot zones and do the fibs and go based off of historical analysis, sometimes fractals if I see them. Just let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.